Okay, so this is going to be quite an interesting one. So basically, what I'm going to do is a list of things you've probably heard, things which will help you to lose fat, but they're not all necessarily true. Kind of. They probably are true in a way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through them one by one, and explain to you. Um, so it's a relatively a short list compared to the things you will have heard, but fasting could help you lose weight. So why don't you do it? Cutting carbs could help you lose weight. Prepping all of your food could help you lose weight. Training 6 days a week could help you lose weight. Hitting 10,000 steps per day could help you lose weight. Cutting processed foods out of your diet, that could help you lose weight. Cutting fat out of your diet, that could help you lose weight. Cutting alcohol out of your diet, that could help you lose weight. Don't eat after 6, that could help you lose weight. Doing fasted cardio, that could help you lose weight. Now, all these things are coulds, and they're all things you've probably heard. You think, right, I need to do my steps, train today, cut that out, eat this, do that. And all these things could help you, and all these things could be beneficial to you, but none of them are actually necessary. And that's the big thing which I'm trying to get at. Like, you don't need to fast to lose weight. You don't need to cut carbs. You don't need to prep all your foods. You don't need to train 6 days a week. The whole list I've just sent to you, you don't need to do that to lose weight. But some of them might help you. And there's others as well, and they might help as well. Like, why do people say you should fast? Right. So realistically, and I'm going to do this for all of them and try and do it quite quickly. Realistically, if you fast, what you are doing is you are shortening the window of time you have to eat. So I believe in certain diets you like you like a 5-2. So you fast for 2 days where you have roughly 800 calories a day, and then you eat normally for the other days where you might have, I don't know, 2,000 calories per day, basically putting you into a deficit throughout the week. Yet again, if you're not tracking those calories, then you don't know if you're actually having less. I mean, an avocado, some eggs, and some like a few little bits of food here and there can actually add up to quite a few calories. So the other way of fasting is to go, right, I will eat between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. and not anywhere else. Again, that will work if within 2 and 8 you don't go over your calories. So it's a system which might work for you, which may help. Yes, there are benefits to fasting other than just weight loss, and yes, there are other things which it helps with your body, and there are some really good benefits for it, especially if you're a bit older. But the point is, unless you're in a deficit, it's not necessary. I skip breakfast. I don't call it fasting. I just skip breakfast. I'm not hungry in the morning. So you can do it. It might be a system that works for you. It might help you. You might love it. But without counting calories, you're still just guessing. So it's one of those things that say, look, if you want to try it and you don't want to track calories, try maybe fasting and only eating between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Maybe it might work for you. I'd recommend calorie deficit, tracking it all, and eating everything which you enjoy. And I'll get back to that. So next thing, cutting carbohydrates. So yeah, if you cut out a whole food group, of course you're probably, and see I say probably, of course you're probably going to lose weight. Like, there is only fats, proteins, and carbs. If you cut one of them out, you've only got 2 food groups to eat from. And most people don't have enough protein anyway, so you're only really going to be having fats and a small amount of protein. So yes, if you were to reduce your carbohydrates down, same as if you were to reduce your protein or your fats down, you would therefore hopefully, and again it's hopefully, create a calorie deficit, therefore losing weight. But why cut carbohydrates? They're all the good stuff. When you're still guessing, see what I mean? Like, you can cut carbs out of your diet and it might work for you, and it might be a good way for you to lose weight without tracking, but you don't know. And every time it will come back to that. So hopefully by the end of this video, it will stick in there. Now, I'm not saying you have to track calories, because you don't, but I highly recommend it. Without doing that, you are guessing. So yes, cutting carbohydrates could work for you and you might like it, and therefore it might be worth doing. But personally, all the good foods are carbohydrates. I don't want to cut them out. They're a great source of energy, and I would still be guessing, and I'd probably end up overeating in fats and protein anyway. So hence why I suggest tracking. Training 6 days a week or 7 days a week, or whatever people like, really high amounts of training, yeah, that could help you. You're going to burn more calories. if you train more. And if you train more and you burn more calories, therefore the chance of you being in a deficit are greater. But aiming to train 6 days a week, if you're training 6 days a week and you're battering your body, it can be quite tough to actually motivate yourself to do it. And then when you miss a day or two and you're only going to the gym 3 days a week, you're pissed off at yourself. You think you've fallen off your wagon and you're like, fuck this. Like, I've only done 2 days this week. That's rubbish. Scrap that. Like, yes, 6 days a week will create a bigger calorie deficit. It will. But A, you've still got to be tracking your food. And B, setting yourself such a high goal of 6 days a week, you're just setting yourself up to fail. Like, I'd rather you train 3 times a week for a year and it'd be really consistent and easily doable because you can find those workouts, rather than train 6 days a week for a month or two and think you've fallen off the wagon because you've only gone 3 days a week. Set yourself up, train 3 days a week, that's your goal. If you do more, great. If you don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. You have the rest of your life to lose weight or to get into the shape you want to, or whatever it is your goal is. So just be consistent, stick with 3 days. So the point behind 10,000 steps, that's the next one. So yes, 10,000 steps per day could help you lose weight. Just gonna open the window, it's quite hot in there. Yes, doing 10,000 steps per day could help you lose weight, definitely. The theory is 10,000 steps kind of equates to 500 calories, and 500 calories 7 days a week is 3,500 calories, which is roughly meant to be how much it takes your body to burn a pound of fat. Now, it's not perfect, but that's the kind of science people work behind. So yeah, you walk 10,000 steps per day, it's going to help you get into the deficit. But it's not necessary. You don't have to go out for a walk every day. Again, you don't want to end up beating yourself up when you don't hit it. I will not lie to any of you. I struggle to hit 10,000 steps a day. I PT in the morning. I probably build content or do something with my business in the kind of the middle of the afternoon. I relax a little bit. I might train, then I go back to PTing. My job is pretty much standing in the same place in the gym. I would be lucky. I think last year I averaged something like 4,000 steps a day. I'm not overweight. It's not necessary, but it could help. And it's great to do on rest days and stuff. Like, so when people say you have to do 10,000 steps, you don't have to, but it could help you. Yet again, it's the point of it could help. So when you see, and I don't want to like hate on any online coaches, but every online coach is like, make sure you do 15,000 steps, make sure you burn 1,000 calories on the cardio machines, make sure you train 6 days a week. And it's just a tick sheet, because online coaching is, you know what, I'll get into that in another video. I'm not going to go down that route today. Right, cutting out processed food. Yes, chances are it will massively help you lose weight, because lots of processed foods are normally very high in calories and not very dense in quantity of what they are. So say you cut out all the shit in your diet and you only eat healthy, clean foods or whatever, which are live, breathe, grow up the ground, swim in the sea, that kind of stuff. Yes, chances are they're high in calories. You'll get rid of them. You'll reduce your calories down. You'll probably lose weight. You could still overeat in normal foods. And this is what we need to get you into the habit of realizing, is just because you eat really, really healthy, it's very easy to still overeat. Same with cutting fats. Let's cut fats out. Now, fats are really important for loads of things that your body does, loads of systems that work, your immune system, loads of really important things are needed from fats. So cutting out fats is a stupid idea, but there are 4 calories in a gram of protein. There are 4 calories in a gram of carbohydrates. There are 9 calories in a gram of fat. Hence why, if you were to reduce your fats down, like avocados and peanut butters and nuts and anything high in fats, which are deemed bad, actually most of them are deemed healthy, to be fair, but they're very high in calories. So if you were to eat an avocado a day and eat peanut butter every day, if you took those 2 things out of your diet, you'd probably find you'd reduce your calories and therefore you would probably lose weight. And this is why, like, all these things, which there are still 1, 2, 3 more to go through. All these things are a system which someone has come up with to sell you a plan to reduce your calories without tracking. Now, I know it would be a perfect world if you could lose weight without tracking, but it's really bloody difficult. And as I'm saying, all of these could be beneficial to you, but they're not necessary. Alcohol, very simply, your body breaks down liquids really, really easy. They don't fill you up, and you can consume shed loads of. Any of you gone to the pub or a night out, you can consume loads of alcohol. in such a short space of time, and then the day after you normally crave crap food. So it's a bit of a knock-on effect. So yes, if you cut alcohol out of your diet, you're probably going to lose weight. Probably, again. So you don't have to do it. Like, yeah, reducing it down would help, but I'm hungover right now. It's my birthday yesterday. I drank a shitload. It would help, but it's not necessary. What else we got? Eating after 6 p.m. Same kind of thing as the fasting. Most people binge in the evenings. So if someone says don't eat after 6 p.m., you store it as fat straight away. It was probably a lie told by a personal trainer, a little white lie, because one of his clients or her clients were indulging in cakes and chocolate and biscuit at like 8 p.m. in the evening when they're watching TV with their family. So he went, oh, let's just say anything eaten after 6, you store as body fat. So that person stopped eating after 6 p.m., lost a load of weight, bloody brilliant, genius from that personal trainer. And then all of a sudden it became a thing, and every PT was saying it, and all of a sudden it was a thing that calories after 6 p.m. are instantly body fat, which isn't true. It was just a system put in place to help his client or her client to lose weight. So it's not necessary, but if you're someone who binges in the evening, chances are if you cut out binging after 6 p.m., you would lose weight. Like these are all kind of smart, but they're not necessary, and it depends if it works for you. Fasted cardio. Theory is it burns all of the fat because you haven't eaten anything, so you don't use any of the energy which you've used from your carbohydrates, your calories which you've just eaten. Minimal difference. There's lots of studies on it, but if you're not in a calorie deficit, you don't burn fat, or you're not going to burn fat. Okay. If you're in a calorie surplus, but you're doing fasted cardio, and a surplus is too many calories, if you're in a surplus but you're doing fasted cardio, what's the point? You're just struggling to train with no food to then go and overeat, thinking, I've done cardio, so fasted cardio, so I'm going to lose weight. Yes, granted, if you don't eat, I find that when I train, it suppresses my appetite, so I'm less likely to eat food. I can push back when I eat, and then I might eat, say, I don't know, at 10, 11, 12 o'clock is my first meal. Therefore, I've basically skipped breakfast, and chances are my calories have gone down. Now, I think one I've missed, so prepping food, every PT is like prep food, you need to prep food. I mean, prepping food is a pain in the arse, and it's difficult. It takes like, I don't know, a couple of hours, 2-3 hours on a Sunday to prep all your meals. And then when you're sitting down with your family eating your dinner, they all have this, whatever they've got, and you're like microwaving a Tupperware container and just eating out of it. Granted, if you can do it and you can prep and you know how many calories are in each tub, how much protein's each tub, it makes your life 10 times easier. But it's not necessary. You don't have to do it. I used to prep every meal, literally every meal. And it was really, really good. Like Sundays I'd cook for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 hours. Have literally all my meals done. It was just a case of adding some milk to my oats, chuck it in the fridge. And then that day I had like 4 or 5 tub containers, take them out, take them to work, put them in the fridge at work, eat them on my breaks, ate that. Didn't have to track calories because I'd already figured out how many calories in each of those dishes. So yes, it can make your life 10 times easier. But when you go, oh, do you want to go out for a coffee or do you want to go out for a meal? It's like, shit, that's a spanner in the works. Like, well, I need to eat my Tupperware. I can't eat that because I've got to eat that. And, oh, shit. Like, knowing what's in your food is brilliant. And prepping will help. And I think prepping one meal a day, like prepping 5 lunches for all of your work and chucking them in the freezer, the fridge and taking them out, that's going to help you a lot. And knowing what's in them calorie-wise is great. But again, it's not necessary. And this is the point. Everything I've told you, if you did it, you will more than likely lose weight, and it is a system to help you lose weight, but it is not a must do. Okay, so don't think you have to tick off all these things to lose weight. All you need to do is be in a calorie deficit and train with weights, do some resistance training, do some cardio. Both of those things are going to make you fitter, they're going to make you stronger, they're going to help you maintain and build muscle mass, and it's going to help you reduce your body fat. And that's what you want. You want to look better and you want to feel better. My ethos is eat everything that you want. Try and have 20% of your daily calories as foods you want. It's like the crap, the thing like chocolate bars, cake, wine, whatever it is. 20% of your calories come from that. 80% of your calories come from food that you enjoy and food that you like. That way, every single day you eat something you enjoy. It's very easy to stay on track. And if 1 day or 2 days you don't want to eat that 20% of those calories, don't have them. Great, you've saved up a bit more calories for when you do want to binge at the weekend. Like, it is so simple, but people make it so difficult for you. Now, I'm not saying don't do any of these things. I'm saying if you're really struggling to track calories, maybe try 1 or 2 of these things, maybe they'll fit your lifestyle a little bit better. I'm not saying one size fits all. I'm not saying you have to track calories and it's the only way. What I am saying is when you track calories, you're not guessing. When you're doing any of these systems, you are. So yes, some of these are great, and yes, some of these will work for you, but at the same time, you are guessing, so you're not 100% sure, so you don't know. So let's try counting calories. There's a macros calculator on the portal. I think if you click on more, go to macros calculator, put in your height, weight, age, how many times a week you train. It'll tell you what you need to lose weight, it'll tell you what you need to gain weight, it'll tell you what you need to maintain, and it'll tell you how much protein you need per day. Use that, do it for a month, 2 months, 3 months. Give me 10 weeks, I guarantee you see results. But if 10 weeks had passed and you couldn't, and it's too difficult or it's too hard, you can't stick to it. One, you're probably not prioritizing it. But two, if you've really tried, it just doesn't suit your lifestyle for whatever reason, message me and let's try and find an alternative system which will work for you. Whether it's because you're busy or because your family eats at different times or this or that, or whatever excuse or reason, shouldn't say excuse, it is, do it for 10 weeks. Give me 10 weeks of tracking calories, hitting protein and training 3 times a week. If it doesn't work, I'll eat my hat or you haven't tracked properly. But if you can't do it, we'll find you another way. And that's a personal trainer's job, okay? Our job is to get you in as best shape as we can. We all have the ways we like and the ways which we think work and the ways which we have got results of in the past. But the way you get results is a different way that he gets results, to she gets results, to I get results. So yes, my system is counting calories. My system is 20% food you like, 80% food you need, and exercising 3 times a week. That's what I try to get everyone on day one. But if that doesn't work, I will find you a different system. I encourage getting 10,000 steps. I encourage prepping food, but you don't need to do it. And that's what we need to get at. I would hate people to think that you need to hit 10,000 steps a day, train 6 days a week, prep all of your food, not drink alcohol, not eat anything you like, do fasted cardio. It's too much, okay? So after watching this video, go and use the macros calculator, go and find out how much calories you need, and do 10 weeks of tracking everything that goes in your mouth, everything you eat, track it. Butter, oils, squash, spreads. Don't skip anything out, don't miss anything out. I know 2 tomatoes is like 4 calories. Track it. You can still overeat in vegetables. All sauces, track everything, 10 weeks. Take a photo at the start, take a photo at the end. I promise you, you'll have lost weight, you'll look better, your body fat will have dropped down. And if for whatever reason you can't do it, message me, we'll find you another way. Okay, this will change your life. Okay, 10 weeks is not that long. It's a blink of an eye in the grand scheme of things, and you will see a huge difference. And I'm going to do a video on online coaching now and why it's so. Go check out the rest of the portal. Enjoy.